Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are in the home stretch. It is the beginning of 1931, so we are chilling. I'm just going to keep an eye on this here diplomatic play, because how this goes is going to be buck wild. Again, I don't want to necessarily be involved over here because I think... Oh. Come on. Stop it. Alright, we got mass immigration from Uruguay. Sulu once again wants to give us investment rights. I don't care about that. Alright. So Bengal has bailed. Which means... Now if I offer support, all they have is obligations or war goals. And once again, Great Qing is going for Russian war reps. Revoking claims is not useful to me. Again, stealing a subject. I could go for Russian Senegal. Honestly, I don't know how useful that would be. I'm gonna let it go. I don't need to be involved in this. Now, what is Kabul? You're a new power, but you're guaranteed by Germany, so I can't go ahead and I can't take them over regardless. Alright, so Communist Sintang not gonna get involved. Austria-Hungary against the Slovenian uprising. Wow. That's real close to the capital? What's the capital of Austria-Hungary right now? Because it's not Austria, that's held by Germany. West Slovakia. Neat. Alright. Well, in any case, unless Austria wants to pay me the big bucks for getting involved, I don't need to get involved. Let me see. This is in Persia, in the Sikh Empire. I can't get involved in that either way. This is Aotearoa. Can't get... Not interested in that one. And this one's Württemberg. Oh, Europe's always kicking things off. So I can sure leave that be as well. French are still wary, but we're improving relations. Have they stopped damaging relations yet? They have. Alright, so they've stopped damaging relations. That's delightful. We are above them in prestige by quite a bit, actually. Why is your prestige so low right now, France? Timed modifiers. Forced regime change. The Algerian fiat. Oh, did they lose Algeria some kind of way? Oh my goodness, they did. Tunis seems to have gotten hold of all of... Huh. I don't know how that happened, but it's hilarious. That's very funny. Another thing popping off in Sintang. Can't be bothered with that. So how much farther do we need to get above Bengal? Not too far. I could definitely get a little bit more power projection and get where I want to get on this. Let me see. Maybe we can go ahead and increase the size of the Army of South America by just a bit. And then we'll increase the conscription amounts as well. Alright, that should be solid. Opposition members put forth demands. More pragmatically inclined members of the Catholic Church currently opposed to the passing of women in the workforce have offered to change their stance were they to be offered certain political concessions. Such concessions would not be popular with the intelligentsia, however. Is anything ever popular? Well, the intelligentsia are actually really pleased right now. Appeasement of lobbies. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. So they're at plus 15. Compromise makes a good umbrella but a poor roof. It is temporary expedient. Often wise in party politics, almost sure to be unwise in statesmanship. I'm going to acquiesce to the demands. That's going to make the intelligentsia salty, but it's going to give us 15% enactment success chance. I'm going to keep that going up. I can at least achieve some form of women's equality as we get along here. Alright, and now colonial affairs is all the way down to the minimum. So that's pretty solid. Each investment level is 422. We've got 1.7k. I could afford to increase Social Security up a little bit. Do I want to do this? No, I think I'll leave it for the time being. Oh my goodness, the British are fighting the French. Interesting. I wonder what could possibly be involved in this situation. I think I'm going to increase the size of the auxiliary division of Iberia. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to throw 5 more levels of infantry in, and 10 more levels of artillery. Yes, that brings us up to 30, 25, and 5. Then I can bring up the level of conscription by just a bit more. To bring those numbers up, and that should be just fine. Plenty of a buffer there to do what I need to do. Hey, the Egyptian peasant revolt finally bailed out. Excellent. And Egypt is continuing to decrease in liberty desire. Now, I can reduce Greece's autonomy, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So Greece is now a dominion. They are defiant, but their liberty desire is only 65. So I'm feeling pretty good about that overall. My power projection is continuing to increase. Let's take a look at our other subjects. Brunei I could turn into a dominion, but I don't necessarily want to do that. German Federation. Oh boy, Spain, you're going after Pontianak for a protectorate. Can I fight Spain? What kind of production methods have you got? You do have trench infantry and shrapnel artillery, but I have siege artillery. Okay, so I'm much higher tech than them. My actual amount of battalions is pretty high. So if no one steps in and helps them, I might be able to actually win a war against Spain by myself. So for war goals, just suppose. Transfer of Cuba. Now that would be interesting. Again, if I can win a war against Spain by myself. Functionally by myself. Then again, here I am looking at conquer state war goals. Let's take a look at these populations here. Spanish. Mostly Spanish. Yeah, okay, so a lot of these folks are Spanish. They would be part of my my national population, but I wouldn't necessarily want to annex those territories right now immediately. On the other hand, I would love to steal Cuba. So who else could potentially get involved here? I think I'm going to wait on this, so let me touch on the others and make sure they're good to go. This one in Bavaria, I don't need to get involved in that. This one in Uruguay, Germany's got that one on lock. Perak, France is in there. And we got Britain and France taking shots at each other. Let me do this first. Frustrated with the lengthy legal process surrounding women in the workforce, Vicente de Pino of the Intelligentsia has approached us with an offer to expedite the process, utilizing his personal connections within the state apparatus. A few words in the right ear is all I'm asking for. Everything within the bounds of the law, of course, although I cannot guarantee our opponents will view this matter with much glee. Granted permission, time is the essence. Catholic Church upset. Or no, we do this by the book or not at all. Extra enactment time. I'm going to do the first one. Let's speed this thing up. I don't care if the Catholic Church is a little upset. So I'm going to keep an eye on both of these. If Pontianak is able to get someone else in there, then someone else will be in there. My fear is that Bengal will step in if I step in. They don't seem very interested. Let's keep an eye on what's going on. So both sides would be interested in having me on their side for the thing between Britain and France. So what are we going for? France wants to steal Fouta-Jalon, Siam, and Yogyakarta, and then Germany wants a treaty port in Suzhou and transfer of Sulu. Yeah, enjoy transfer of Sulu. Cheapers. Britain's feeling confident. They're also not going for any war goals that require them to occupy any of mainland France. Neither is France. Can't get any states I'm actually interested in. So we'll leave this one be. And we'll keep an eye over here. Again, the more people who declare neutrality... Okay, Bengal has declared neutrality. So I'm feeling actually a lot better about getting in on this. France is out. Now, if China declares out, then I'll be in a great position. Because again, I think I can fight Spain. Russia's embargoing us. Russia? You goofs! Fuda Toro, I couldn't possibly be involved. China's still in there. They're holding out. Beautiful. Alright, so China has bailed. Nobody else has any particular interest in getting involved, or at least nobody else that I'm actually reasonably scared of. So, war goals against Spain. Let's steal Cuba. Give me Cuba. I could steal the Philippines, actually. That would be funny. That would be extremely funny if I stole the Philippines. It would cost me a lot of money and a lot of infamy. It's almost the end of the game. Nah, I think we'll go with Cuba. I don't want to go too buck wild over here. Alright. Get the lads together. I think I'm going to station the army of East Africa in Pontianak. Where are they? They're over here. Interesting. I don't think anyone's going to want to change sides or anything over here. So now Spain is... Hey, law debate success. Wonderful. Alright, so they're putting battalions on the front. Force comparison is not as good as I would like. Let's go ahead and raise conscripts for the Army of South America. I'm going to bump taxes up. Again, not building anything shouldn't be too much of a problem. War is in the process of kicking off. I think Spain's entire army is over here. They've got a small number of units in various areas. Don't want to invest in you, Aotearoa. I do not wish to invest in you one bit. So has Spain thrown any... So has Spain thrown any war goals? A return war goal on Galicia. Ooh, that's actually kind of dangerous for me. But I think I can take them. So, I'm going to put all these units on defense for now. I'm going to put one more general in the Ejército Portugués. We'll put the surveyor in here. I'm going to put one more general in the Army of South America. We'll get this surveyor here. And we'll just stay on defense for the time being. And see how it goes. Alright, we are very solidly winning this fight. So again, I'm hoping to increase my force comparison here just by doing damage to the enemy. This one we're losing. Interesting. But look at this. Our force comparison's already getting much better. And we are winning our naval battle over here. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Infertile grounds. We got two diplomatic plays, one in French Senegal and the other in Tahiti, neither of which I'm interested in being involved in. Infertile grounds. Finding both the Luso-Brazilian public and supposed political allies unreceptive to his ideas, frustrated, Augusto Sergio has decided to retire from the realm of politics, opting instead to spend the rest of his days penning embittered reflections on what could have been. I give these bumpkins the truth. And how am I rewarded? With a deafening silence. They call Lisbon a city of ideas, of culture. The only evidence of cultivation I found in that cesspool of a city came from the fields outside of it, and even they were cared for poorly. Good riddance to you all, I say, sirs. Good riddance to you all. Let him peddle his ideas in peace away from Lisbon, trade unions stronger. Politely inform him his presence is unwanted in the United Kingdom, which angers the trade unions, and he's exiled. Or he just needs a little nudge. I don't think he needs a little nudge. I'm just going to say he can go. Slightly stronger trade unions is not necessarily a problem for me. They're feminists. They're helping me pass women in the workforce right now. Wow, I am doing a ton of damage to Spain's army right now on this front here. In fact, just waiting for this battle to be done. There you go. In fact, force comparisons got to the point where I think I can press forward without a problem. So, I'm going to go ahead and hit the advance front buttons for all of our armies. And our target, unfortunately, is on the other side of the country. It's the capital, but I can get there. So, we'll go ahead and designate that as our strategic objective. And I'm feeling pretty good. Where are you sinking my convoys? Spain? Over here. Well, that's okay. That's okay, I can do the damage that I need to do. Alright, we are having success in the war place. In fact, I'm feeling pretty good. Our superior artillery and infantry is really allowing us to get what we want to get. As long as they're not able to invade over here, we should be good to go. Even if they are, I think we'll basically be good to go, in fact. Both of these battles are a success. We got a new battle kicking off. Oh man, we are doing great on this front. We're doing just fine. We're doing so much damage here. Finnish mass immigration, excellent. We're continuing to win naval battles. Spain's war support is going way down. Pontianak is mostly not. So, we got a little bit of occupation of Castile. A little bit of Badajoz, and a little bit of Western Andalusia. This is going to be slow, but I'm hoping as we continue to do more damage to Spain's army, we can continue to get where we need to get to, and that'll be rock solid. Paraguay have become embargoing us. That's unfortunate. Get out of here, Paraguay. Alright, getting solid occupation together. We're actually almost half in possession of Castile. This is impressive. I'm very pleased. I'm actually winning a war by myself as the United Kingdom of Portugal and Brazil against Spain, our typically much larger neighbor. Hell on Earth event in Gambia. The perpetrators will pay for their crimes. Just keeping watch, making sure I'm not getting naval invaded. Where are you going? Where are you going, buddy? Where are you go? Don't be error handling around. I can't tell where you're going. They got a lot of guys in Cuba. Not super pleased about that. Okay, good. We're over 50% occupation of Badajoz. Castile, we're getting there. 2/3 Portuguese held. This battle might not go our way. Game's really chugging along here. Lot of 8 success. Excellent. 75% of Western Andalusia is in our hands. And Western Andalusia is in our hands. Wonderful. Alright. We're getting a little by little event. We haven't had that one in a while. Let's see what it says. Robber barons, local authorities, and elements of the Catholic Church are divided on the best direction to shape the Amazonian peoples of Guyana. Every argument, however, is rooted in self-interest. Both her husband and her son's hands were struck red. Priests and nuns had brought canes upon the boy for dancing in the halls and reciting the old stories. The patrons and forcers believed the man had adulterated the rubber he tapped. If the men of the lash did not work them to death, she thought the men of the single god would drive their souls to death. Education is a distraction. Their hands are for labor, not writing. Extra rubber plantations throughput, but extra radicals from discrimination. And then Catholic Church becomes upset. Or we shall make Luso-Brazilians of them yet. Extra assimilation, extra education access, slightly increased radicals from discrimination, angry landowners. I'm going to go with the second one. I think that's just fine. No, I did lose that one, but that's okay. Uh-oh. Front in Guatemala, you say? Ah, because of a rebellion. Interesting. I'm going to make a little gamble here, and I'm going to put the Army of East Africa in Guatemala, because I think Spain is not going to invade Pontianak anytime soon. Civil War in Rwanda, can't relate, by which I mean can't get involved. Civil War in Sweden, also an internal German affair as far as I'm concerned. Not trying to be blasé about Swedish sovereignty or anything, but mutual investment in the United States. What an interesting idea. Oh, thank you. Alright, Spain is definitely losing support now, but I don't have the ability to get Cuba from them. Do they have forces in Cuba? They have quite a few. But I can still get their capital, and that'll be fine. So as long as I can continue to win battles in Spain itself, I can continue to move forward. And I am in Toledo right now. Winning a battle. 25% to occupation. Very nearly finished occupying Castile. I think that's going to pop as soon as one of these battles finishes out. And then we'll have some kind of weird split front. I don't know how the AI is going to manage that, but I'm hoping we can just quickly kind of deal with it, and then we won't have to have a problem. Law progressed to voting. Wonderful. I didn't realize we'd already gotten one success. I must have missed that completely. Alright, Castile is ours. Got a large battle happening in Badajoz. It's going our way, but I sure hope we would change conditions so that we're not blundering. Hey, there we go. Much better. Also got a battle kicking off in Toledo. 77% occupation of Toledo, actually. 90% occupation of Badajoz. Again, I think I'm hoping both of these get themselves sorted out reasonably quickly so that we don't have a split front, because I would love not to have a split front. Going forward in Asturias. Very good here. Fleet, run away. Run away, Felipe. No one likes you. Yeah! There we go. So we have the split front, but hopefully this will lead to the full occupation of Badajoz and end that. Alright, beautiful. There's the Guatemalan peasant revolt I've been waiting for. We are pressing forward here without a problem. Need another leader. Let's go with this guy. He's imperious. Alright, and finally we've got adjacency with Valencia. 25% occupation. Law debate failed. Sad panda. How are we over here? Okay, I think this will be Eastern Andalusia. Not quite. Maybe less than 1% more. Alright, there we go. And then I'm actually losing this battle. Ooh, combustion engine unlocked. That's fun. That's really going to help our armed forces. Alright, Spain. I'm knocking on the doors of your capital. What are you going to do about it? Fortunately, there's a huge battle happening in Asturias, which I don't need to take whatsoever. Here we go. This is the battle I want. So, we are definitely winning this. Nice quick war against Spain. Nice quick war against Spain. Could definitely have taken a state in Spain if I'd wanted to, but I didn't want one. What I wanted was Cuba. Which is cool. Let's go with another... Let's take a look-see over here. I'll be able to get Egypt down to being a dominion pretty soon, so that's rad. I could turn IT into a dominion, but I think Egypt matters more to me in terms of that, so I think we'll just wait on that until that happens. Alright, and we are moving forward here. Success, 43% occupation, very good. Discord within the petite bourgeoisie. An influential faction within the petite bourgeoisie has grown frustrated with their co-members' neutrality on the topic of women in the workforce. Themselves in favor of the law, they've now resolved to form a separate political faction intent on passing it. How can you all stand idly by and watch the world pass before your eyes? Have you no sense of honor, of duty to your fellow man? I say nay to such lack of ambition, and I dare say I am not alone in this. With their support, the bill shall pass, 15% enactment chance, slightly weaker petite bourgeoisie, or the intelligentsia extend an open hand to these mavericks, 10% enactment chance, much weaker petite bourgeoisie, stronger intelligentsia. I'm going to go with the first one. I don't necessarily want to strengthen the intelligentsia right now with where my monarchy is at, but we'll see. Alright, I got 60% occupation in Valencia, so if I can win another battle, which it looks like I am about to do, then I should be able to get up there pretty soon. Alright, yeah, this next one is definitely going to be... As soon as another battle happens... Oh, no, I got it. I got Valencia. So now Spain is no longer... has war support protection. So I should be able to get Cuba absolutely no problem. South Italian mass immigration. Wonderful. I've actually almost got Spain fully occupied. This is bananas. Get bonked, Spain. Iberian wed these nuts. Wow, that is a massive battle. Alright, so I feel certain that Spain would be willing to give up. There we go. Alright. And there's women in the workforce. Excellent. So, I'm going to go ahead and improve relations with Cuba. Let's see. They are gaining war support because they're isolated, but they shouldn't be isolated. I think that's going to end as soon as something resets here. Unless they have literally no ports? They have ports. Why do they have no access to the market? Because of turmoil? They've got the necessary infrastructure. Ooh, and there's a civil war in the Civil War. Which I mean in the Confederacy. So, I'm sure somebody would love to pay me huge piles of cash. Wouldn't you love to give huge piles of cash to your best friend, Portugal? Cuba wants market... No, you don't get market control. You're in the market. You're just pretending not to be. You just think you're not in the market because you're silly. So, what could I get? Only obligations. Alright, well that doesn't matter to me. We've got sufficient convoys. Build a couple of iron mines as well. Cuba's going to sort itself out eventually. Alright. The Confederated Sovereigns of America. A monarchy. Oh, that's interesting. Things have gotten very silly over there. Still not going to get involved in Sulu. I know how that goes. I've played as Japan before. I know how it goes trying to get involved in Sulu. It's not going to work. How do I figure out why they're isolated? See, why do they have 0% market access? I don't want to go to the trade centers. I want to figure out why they... Tell you what, I'm going to go to the end of the year. Actually, no. I'm gonna put the episode break in here. I know it's a weird place. It's November, but I'm hoping that when I load back into the game, Cuba will have sorted itself out and will cease this pretending it doesn't have market access when it clearly does. So for now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I'll see you on the other side.